Let's get in Nimesh. Nimesh, what are you picking up on D-Street chatter? A bit of a phase of consolidation with a mild positive bias.
Well, extremely quiet day of trade, right? After the gap up, we've not seen any moves in the Nifty or for that matter in the Bank Nifty as well. Even from a flow perspective, it's been quite muted. I understand there is some buying interest, but that's largely limited to some private bank stocks. So from a flow perspective, not much participation, both from HNIs, both from FIs as well as from the DIs today. I guess the sector of the day is clearly housing finance companies. A stellar listing from Bajaj Housing Finance, more than double on the day one itself, but equally aggressive profit booking in the other housing finance stocks. We saw a big rally in anticipation of this, and now we are seeing an aggressive profit booking as well today. The other sector which has done well, except for Vedanta, is metal names, right? Big move on the metal stocks as well. There is a lot of chatter about some stimulus from China that can have a big leg up on the metal names, and they have relatively underperformed as well. So a bit of action there, but largely it's been a quiet day, and even the flow seems to be quite muted after what we saw last week in terms of aggressive buying from the FIs.
Well, that's right. And on Vedanta, there's a fear that one of the alumina refineries could be facing some trouble. We are waiting for the management to clarify to us. So let's see how that goes. For the time being, the stock is at the low point of the day. But what about individual stocks? What are you picking up?
Right. So in terms of individual names, the first stock is India Shelter. There was a large block today. 6% equity got changed hands, and the stock is under pressure today, largely after that block deal. But in terms of disclaimers, I understand the venture capital was a seller in today's block. They still own more than 15% even after selling this 6% stake, and some insurance companies were buyers in today's block. So the disclosures could be quite interesting there. The second name is SpiceJet. Second, they're running big move on that name and on large volumes as well. There is a very strong anticipation that the QIP, which has been pending for a long, that can open in a day or two. And in terms of participation, I understand some large HNI investors and some family offices are likely to participate in the QIP. So that's a trigger for Spices to do well in the last couple of days. The third name is Samudra Motherson. We saw some downgrades last week, but the stock is holding up. Even today, while the stock is recovered from the day's low, there are limit sell orders at a higher level. And I think that's the reason why the stock is capped on the upper side as well. But I understand the company is likely to raise funds via QIP very soon. Maybe in a day or two, you'll hear a QIP from Samudra Motherson as well. So that's a third name. The last is IGL. I picked up largely because within the PSU names, this is one stock for second day running. I understand there are very strong buy flows. So expect high delivery volumes, and looks like some FI interest is back in IGL at these levels.
Okay, thank you very much for that. SpiceJet, a stock that Nimesh was earlier talking about, where fundraising is on the anvil, could be on the anvil. The stock has moved up 20% in the last 3 days, and it's rising on very large volumes. Pull up a one-week chart.